you look at my before and after pictures or my progress photos, if you will, there's like a 5 pound difference, but it just looks very different. Putting muscle on, losing some fat, and just eating so much food. I mean, I just love to eat, and I was shocked to be able to achieve those results. My sleep improved, my libido improved, my mood, my energy levels, just my ability to handle stress just completely changed. It was really fascinating.
I'm Kitty Bloomfield, co-founder of New Strength and Saturée, creator of pro-metabolic food supplements and seriously saturated skincare. And today we have one of our beautiful clients, British, on the podcast. She's 44. She has 3 kids. She's married and she also works as well. So she's doing it all like lots of the mums in our program. Welcome.
Thank you, Kitty. So happy to be here.
I was just telling you, how beautiful is your house? I just love the doors, the glass doors. They're
Thank
beautiful,
you.
aren't they? Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Blue and yeah, it's lovely. Anyway,
it
um,
looks very summery here, but it's
yeah,
about 5 degrees Fahrenheit outside.
yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, it's
freezing.
really warm here. It's so
Yeah.
muggy, and it's just been the weather's so weird. It's like now it's cloudy. It was beautiful and sunny this morning. So, yeah. So anyway, tell the listeners a little bit about your story prior to joining the program. So,
Yeah.
what history, health issue you were struggling with, what made you join the program?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm really thankful. I had a great foundation growing up. My parents both really prioritized food and exercise, both really good cooks. So,
Mm,
that was always great. It wasn't until I had kids that I started to really notice changes in my body.
mm,
And I gained a lot of weight with all my pregnancies. I did use tracking my macros to get back in shape, so to speak. But there was always like these underlying things. Like I had really painful bloating, digestion issues. I tried so many elimination diets. I cut out dairy, I cut out sugar, I cut out fruit, gluten. I even cut out alcohol for 2 years. I tried being vegetarian. I tried keto. I only lasted about 2 weeks on that. It just gave me horrendous gas. And I just, I was kind of like, okay, well, that's frustrating, but never could really get to the bottom of it. And about a year, 2 years ago, I started to notice some trends with exercising where I just felt like I wasn't actually making progress.
mm,
I was doing the home workouts and a lot of HIIT and boot camp style stuff and kind of low weights, the 10s, the 12s, the 15s. And it just felt like I was chasing something that I could never catch.
mm,
The body, I wanted to be lean, but also muscular. And I was really, crappy sleep. And I would have this like quarterly burnout where I would go really hard, and then every 3 to 4 months, I would just completely fall off, lose motivation. It would start with the weekends. I would kind of binge and go crazy, and then it would bleed into my workouts. And then the real kicker for finding you was I had an injury, and it was kind of a wake up call because I tore my rotator cuff, and kind of overnight I went from like cardio bunny to like I couldn't do anything. And on top of that, I couldn't sleep. And
mm,
so I think just going from working out really intense to then sedentary lifestyle and not sleeping and propping myself up with caffeine to get through the day.
mm,
I was having terrible anxiety. Again, my sleep, it just, all those like perimenopausal symptoms seemed to be really exacerbated. And
mm,
so I had followed you for about a year at that point, and I remember saying, I am going to rehab my shoulder, and then I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to go after this and do Kitty's program and just go all in. And that was literally a year to the week that I
Wow.
had my intake call with Margie. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool. I love it. I love it. And so
yeah.
you've been in the program years, so talk about all of the results that you've seen.
Yeah. So I signed up. I went right in. I didn't even do the 7 day challenge. I thought, let's just go for this. I did the 16 week. And I remember being like, this is going to be the answer to everything. And I got sick pretty bad. Like I got a really bad case of strep throat, and then I had the flu. And so it wasn't like the best start, but the initial result was your program gave me the permission to cut out green vegetables, which I really think I know a lot about nutrition. I've gone to school for it. I have a degree, but I was never thinking that that would be the thing that was causing all of my bloating and my lack of digestion issues. And so my stomach just improved tremendously in that first 4 weeks. It was just shocking. And at first I was really reluctant. I kept telling my coach, Kathleen, I was like, there's no way I can cut out vegetables. I won't poop regularly. Like, are you kidding me? And so that was the first big result. But, that first 16 weeks, I mean, my body comp just changed significantly. I really was shocked, just how much, the less emphasis on the weight. I mean, if you look at my before and after pictures or my progress photos, if you will, there's like a 5 pound difference, but it just looks very different. Putting muscle on, losing some fat, and just eating so much food. I mean, I just love to eat, and I was shocked to be able to achieve those results. My sleep improved, my libido improved, my mood, my energy levels, just my ability to handle stress just completely changed. It was really fascinating. So I signed up for another 16-week, and I'm now just about to finish my third round.
So crazy.
Yeah,
Love it. I saw your
crazy.
photos too. Like they're just incredible. Your
Yeah.
afters are amazing, amazing. And how many calories are you eating now?
So I'm just shy of 2,000 calories, which at first I thought there's no way. And initially it was hard. I felt like I was really stuffing it in. But what you don't realize is as you start to create more of an output, that energy expenditure, it starts to kind of meet in the middle. And so yeah, I'm just under 2,000. I just did a mini cut before the holidays, and I cut it down to, I think, just around 1,500. And even through that, I was able to maintain my results. But yeah, 2,000 calories is kind of my maintenance and to be able to build. And I mean, it's a lot of food, and it's a lot of really fun foods. I don't feel restricted at all. I love my yogurt and my berries. I love my sourdough English muffins, my orange juice. Yeah.
Cool. So good. I love
Mhm.
this too. And I love the muffins. I'm addicted. I've been having crumpets, sourdough crumpets for breakfast every morning for
I'm obsessed.
months and months. Same. I'm obsessed. I would say
Yeah.
obsessed is the correct word.
Yeah.
How is the food fitting with the rest of the family?
It's great. I think it's really, my kids are young, so they have their things that they like and they don't like. What's nice is that because I work from home and breakfast, people kind of do what they want, our family, but for the most part, I eat the same breakfast, I eat the same lunch, and then I just rotate through the dinners. And that's one thing that the program really taught, is just this concept of like, you don't have to get so wild with your food. We are actually all creatures of habit, I think, more than we realize, and we eat the same thing all the time. And so just getting really dialed in on that. I've got my pasta bolognese. I make a really good chili. I love the shepherd's pie. That's probably my favorite right now. It's just so like warming and hearty, and so many of the foods that I cook they just go in the crock pot. We can batch cook it. I just portion out what I need. The kids come in later. It's actually, it totally plays to their interest, and it just streamlines it so much. I think that's a big misconception with tracking and being so mindful of your macros, is that it's going to be really time consuming, and it's going to be like you're eating separate from your family. And it's actually so the opposite. It's a bit clunky at the start, and just, there's a learning curve, but once you figure it out, it actually is really efficient use of time. And there's so much time savings that goes into it. And then, yeah, dinner's just, like I said, I just go through before the kids and weigh out what I need, and it's great.
Yeah, so good. Oh, I
Yeah.
love food. I just love how everyone loves food when they come into the program. Um,
Yeah.
and what have you enjoyed most about the program?
Definitely the training, hands down. I mean, I've always been kind of a exercise junkie. I've tried everything. But what I love about it is, one, this notion that I'm actually making progress, and I can see it, I can feel it. I love that it takes all of my focus, like there's so many times I would do workouts and my mind would start to wander, and I'd be making lists and just things I needed to do for the day. And with training, it just brings me back to, total in the body. I love that I'm actually building muscle. That's just been great. The the food stuff too. I mean, like I said, I certified in nutrition, but I learned so much just about fueling my body and about, the needs of muscle building, different phases. So the education paired with like the real life experience, it's just you've packaged it in a way that is really digestible, and it just really packs a punch. You can't unlearn what you go through in this experience, and it's profound in the sense that it's just really training me for years to come.
So good. And what
Yeah.
have you found the most challenging?
The most challenging, I think, is just the mindset shift. It used to be that I could, just like, oh, I just will cut food here and there, like, in my 20s and 30s, and, you're going out of town or whatever. And as I got older, those tricks actually didn't work anymore, and they started to work against me. And so in the beginning, I think it's hard to be like, oh my gosh, I'm eating so much food, and you don't feel like you're working out as much, right? To go from such a cardio focused
Mm.
type of exercise to just weight training. So it was just that mindset shift, and just trusting the process. That was hard. There were so many times where I'm like, this just isn't working, but really it's just time. I think we have these beliefs that just aren't true, and then it takes time to allow your body and your mind to really try out a new belief, and to see it come to fruition.
Mm.
And then kind of the magic happens when you just stay in it and you stay consistent. And so it was just that, I definitely was more of like the instant gratification. So just being patient, I think, was hard.
Mm.
The tracking, yeah, it's tricky at first, but again, it's how bad do you want something? Are you going to really go for it, or are you just going to, complain and not do the work, and another year goes by?
It gets so
So
much easier though. Hey, once you nail
it
it,
does. It
it,
gets so much easier. And that's the other thing about macros too. It's like, I think when I talk to friends about it now, they kind of turn their, eye roll, like, who would want to track all the time? Or, and I think a couple things, it's like, you're not tracking for the rest of your life. I mean, you can, and it's a great tool, but I think it's really a practice that we learn. And you just get really good at being able to eyeball stuff over time, like the holidays, I didn't track at all, but I was able to eyeball for the most part and
Mm.
kind of stay within my, at least my protein goal for sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's so good. And do you think you would have got the results without the coaching?
No, gosh, no. I mean, like I said, it's just the way it's all packaged together that really is kind of the missing link, I think. Having Kathleen be there for all of it, whether it was the advice on form with my lifting,
Mm.
recording moves, and just sharing with her and her giving me feedback.
Mm.
That was huge because I mean, I had been in a gym of that sort, but it was all very new to me. Mostly for me, it was all dumbbells, and, to have the confidence to just go for it, and someone that I could reach out to. And yeah, just that accountability was huge too. The tracking and the, checking in weekly keeps you in the game, so to speak. And no, I really don't. I don't think I could have figured out just how many little nuances. I mean, cutting dark greens, all the broccoli and the spinach. And I mean, I used to eat so much kale, and
So
just that alone is crazy. I would have never thought to take that out on my own. I would have never thought to streamline so much of the macro stuff. I probably wouldn't have had the confidence to get at it with heavy lifting. And, I mean, I do squats with 40s in each hand, 40 pounds. So that's just crazy. I would have
crazy.
never figured that out.
I love it. I love it. And what would you say to a woman who was sitting on the fence about joining the program or thinking about joining?
Get off the fence, go for it. I know there's a lot of differing opinions out there. It's hard to decide what's right, but this experience for me was so comprehensive, and it was so sustainable. It really does bring results. I have never recompositioned my body like this. And I consider myself an athlete. I've tried so many different things. Yes, it's an investment, but it's not just a program. This is something that will serve you for the rest of your life. I mean, it puts you on a trajectory that is so positive and truly healthy, truly sustainable, that it's just going to serve me for years to come.
So good. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing that.
My pleasure.
You're doing so great. I love seeing you, all the women in the program progress. And
yes,
if you're a woman and you're listening to this and you've been thinking about joining the coaching program, I'll pop a link in the show notes. You can book a free call and just have a chat. We'll see if it's a good fit. And Brittany, see you in the program.
Awesome, Kitty. Thank you so much. Appreciate all your education. Really.
You're so welcome.